There is something inside you that is far stronger than your mind. The mind can be a loyal friend, but it can also become your greatest enemy. You may spend years working hard to reach a certain place in life. But once you finally arrive, you may realize you cannot enjoy any of it, simply because the mind keeps pulling you away, back into yesterday or forward into tomorrow. True enjoyment comes only when you can fully land where you are, with what you have, in this very moment. No wishing for a different past, no constant longing for a different future. You are here. You are now. And the more you integrate that into your everyday life, the more your experience of living begins to shift. Bringing presence into the present sounds simple, yet it is one of the greatest challenges we face. When I observe myself, I notice that most of the time I am naturally present. And in the moments when I drift away, I can recognize it, because from presence, I become aware of absence. For others, it may be the opposite. The absence is the normal state, and presence comes only in rare moments. But the truth is, every one of us is always in the present physically. It is only mentally that we wander. A layer of thoughts, concerns, memories, and worries covers the simple awareness of, I am here. If you remove that layer, even for a moment, you suddenly realize, there it is, presence never left. Yet in our world today, many people grow up believing that in order to feel whole or fulfilled, they must constantly achieve something, earn a diploma, secure the job, make enough money, buy the house, drive the car. Everything is about doing, gaining, proving. But the realization I shared earlier is the opposite. You already have what you are searching for. The fulfillment you chase is not something you add. It is something revealed when unnecessary layers fall away. This path is not about accumulating more. It is about letting go of what covers your true nature. In my book, I describe this as the path of undoing rather than doing. This is the essence of many Eastern traditions. You don't throw away what you learned from the West, you simply expand your understanding by seeing from both sides. At certain moments, one perspective will make more sense. At other times, the opposite perspective helps more. But if you have never learned both, you can never choose. That is why learning, even if it feels unnecessary in the moment, is never a waste. You never know which piece of knowledge may one day become essential. I talk about this approach not because it is the only way, but because it is the way I walked for most of my life. It shaped my understanding of how inner practices support building a life that feels meaningful and worthwhile. What do Shaolin practices give me? They help me build a strong body, a calm mind, and a structured lifestyle. They offer a balanced diet, purpose in movement, clarity in daily habits. When to wake up, when to sleep, when to train, when to rest. All of this creates a culture, a tradition, a system that feels complete. And that completeness gives peace. The search for something more ends. Many people today collect different pieces from everywhere. Some yoga here, some breathing exercises there, a bit of meditation, a bit of dancing, a mix of diets. It gives the illusion of freedom, but it also brings confusion. Structure, on the other hand, gives direction. When you follow a stable routine, eat at 8. Train from 9 to 11, eat again at 1. Something begins to shift. At first, the mind complains. Hunger arises at the wrong time. Cravings appear in between meals, and the mind says, just go eat, why not? But over time, discipline grows stronger than impulse. Eventually, you accept the schedule, and the mind stops fighting. This is where true freedom appears. Freedom is not the ability to act on every desire that arises. That is actually a form of slavery. To hunger, to craving, to restlessness. Real freedom is the ability to say, yes, I feel hungry, but the next meal is at 6, and that's okay. I can wait. That is freedom from the mind, not freedom for the mind. Many people mistake impulsiveness for freedom. But impulsiveness is simply the mind pulling you around like a dog on a leash. Think about relationships. You may say, I'm free. I can flirt with anyone, even though I have a partner at home. That is one kind of freedom, but it leads to suffering sooner or later. If temptation controls your actions, you are not free. You are trapped by your own impulses. Real freedom is the ability to stay committed, to protect your home, and to avoid creating unnecessary pain for others. That kind of freedom strengthens families and communities. This is the freedom that allows people to live in harmony. I allow you to live your life your way, and you allow me to live my life my way. I do not need to convince you that my way is the ultimate truth. I don't have the answers to the universe, and neither do you. All I can share is what has worked for me. If someone tries it and finds it helpful, I'm happy. If someone listens and says, "This is not for me," that is completely fine. True freedom includes the freedom to disagree peacefully. Now, let's talk about energy. What drains people the most in the evening is not physical labor, it is mental activity. Overthinking consumes more energy than any workout. Many people sleep 8 hours, but wake up exhausted because their mind never stopped working. If you spend your evenings replaying the past or worrying about the future, your brain remains active even during sleep. That is why quality sleep comes from mental stillness, not just hours in bed. When you sleep, you should truly sleep. When you eat, you should only eat. When you talk, you should talk. When you walk, you should walk. But nowadays, people eat while thinking about work, work while thinking about sleeping, and try to sleep while thinking about everything else. This lack of alignment weakens the mind, the body, and the spirit. Presence brings back synchronicity. When everything aligns, action, attention, breath life feels lighter and more efficient. And when presence returns, the number of hours slept becomes less important because the recovery becomes deeper. I personally feel best with 7 hours of sleep. 6 hours is manageable but not ideal, and after a few days it begins to drain the deeper layers of energy. Those deeper layers in ancient traditions are called the essence, the life force you are born with. If your diet is poor, your breathing shallow, and your lifestyle chaotic, the body cannot produce enough fresh energy, so it starts pulling from this essence. Over time, that shortens vitality and even lifespan. This is why diet, breath, and lifestyle are considered the 3 quickest and most effective ways to change your energy state. Eat nutritious food, breathe deeply and correctly, maintain a healthy schedule, wake early, sleep early, eat regular meals, and your energy stabilizes. If all 3 are neglected, you may still survive, but you will feel drained, unfocused, irritated, or chronically tired. Life becomes heavier. In the end, everything I share comes down to one thing: living with presence. Whether it is food, sleep, exercise, relationships, or discipline, the real transformation begins the moment you stop living in the noise of the mind and return to the simplicity of the present moment. That is where strength grows. That is where clarity appears. And that is where life becomes something you can truly enjoy.